Coach, can you talk about what you said to the players to try to get their momentum to get back being down 20 points?
We just talked about kind of executing the things we had worked on coming into this game, and offensively playing at a higher pace and things like that. I thought in the second half our team did a really good job of the things that we had tried to plan on coming into the game with. And I also thought it was important that we had a strong second half, having to come back on Sunday and play them again with such a quick turnaround. You know, if the second half had gone the way the first half had, I think it just really leads to poor morale and maybe a lack of belief that you can win a game like this. But I think the way that, you know, we finished the game in the second half, I think our team saw like they can have success if we do things a certain way and are looking for things, you know, on both ends of the floor.
Coach, in that second half, what exactly did you like about it that you can build on for this next game coming up?
Well, we just played aggressively and we played to the basket. I thought in the second half we played kind of sideways and allowed their pressure to bother us. I thought we played fast in the paint. We allowed them to alter our shots. We weren't really patient and poised. And so, again, like Meg and Letta, they're new players, and this is their first time playing in a Mountain West Conference game. And I thought in the second half, you know, players that maybe were a little bit frazzled or not playing as well as they could have in the first half really, you know, did a lot of things in a more positive way. You know, I thought Gabby Ronas had a really good game for us off the bench and definitely played some great minutes at the point guard position for us.
And obviously y'all knew coming into this game that, you know, New Mexico loves to put up a three-point shot. How exactly did that play into what they were able to do today and how effective they can be when they're beyond that stride?
Yeah, I mean, we needed to defend the line better. I wouldn't say a lot of their threes we were there in their face. We need to move better on the pass. We kind of got stuck in help and, you know, didn't close up to our player when the ball was picked up. And then in transition, I mean, our transition defense was not very good. They hurt us in that regard, and that was a big concern coming into this game. And, you know, they don't really run anybody to the rim, and that's a little bit different system than, you know, some of the other teams we played. And we have to do a better job because in the Mountain West, there's a lot of teams that don't have like a traditional post player, and they run 5 people to the three-point line. So our communication and matching up is huge. And, you know, I'll tell you, we really miss Amaya and Allie on the floor. They're kind of our 2 defensive directors, and they make a big difference. And right now we have a big hole to fill with that. We need to find a leader on defense that can help us get matched up and help us, you know, be in the right position so we don't give up those threes in transition.
And with Amaya and Allie, you expect them back this next game, or are they going to be out for a while still?
No, they won't be back the next game.
Okay. And you look at the box score, too, big edge on the offensive boards from that standpoint. What did you see in that, just in that aspect of the game to where you out-rebounded in such a way?
Well, we have a lot more shots to rebound on our end. You know, we didn't shoot it very well. And, you know, honestly, I think as a team, and it's not a negative thing, but knowing who we are, like we're not a great shooting team. We're not a great shot-making team. And we have to, like, be okay with that. And, like, I tell our team that. It's just kind of the reality of, you know, our pieces all together. And so it's like, well, go get the miss, you know. And so I think they're buying into, like, okay, we don't make the first one, we got to go get the second one. And so we did a good job. You know, we out-rebounded them. But if they're shooting over 50% for the game and, you know, as well as they shot from 3, it's really hard to overcome that. Like, even if you get all those offensive rebounds, they don't necessarily correlate to scores on your end.
Coach, what are your thoughts on go ahead, Jim.
Was their speed and pace, was that a factor today? Just the pace that they played at?
I mean, we want to play fast too. I think the spacing and the pace, like where they run and things like that, and our inability to find them and get matched up really hurt us, you know. So I wouldn't say like watching us like, gosh, we're like really out of shape, but I think they're a team, you know, and they have some upperclassmen that have been there. Jaden De La Cerda and Antonia Anderson are seniors. They played in a system, a winning program, and I think they're great leaders. I mean, Jaden De La Cerda, like I think she's a phenomenal like emotional leader for them, and like I think everybody kind of follows suit with her. And so you know, she's somebody that plays at a high pace, and she's a winner. Like she knows how to help her team do the things that they need to do to be successful. You know, she's averaging 4 offensive rebounds a game, and she's maybe 5'7" or 5'8", and she's not this out of the gym leaper. So I think they have some good pieces that really help a lot of their new players and young players be successful.
Coach, do you think the break do you think it set your team back at all, or do you think coming off of the break that the girls needed it?
I think, number one, they definitely needed it just because they hadn't seen their family since summer. And I think that's a long time for emotional and mental health. But I do think this season's just been really challenging, I know for me as a coach, because we've had so many pauses. So we've had players have to isolate, we've had a concussion, we've had, players get injured, and it's a really unusual year, and I don't feel like we've been able to build any amount of rhythm and build a rotation on our team. And it's hard because you look at your bench, you're like, well, who's going to go in that you know is going to play well? And we don't have this consistent top 8 because we just have not been able to build that and have the practices that we need, the games that we need. And it's not an excuse, it's just the reality. And we have to figure that out, and as a coaching staff, we're trying to figure that out. We're trying to figure out how to help them form an identity with a certain group of people that we know we can go with every single night, and we're just not there yet.
Coach, I wanted to ask you one other question. What are your thoughts last night on Becky Hammon becoming the first woman to step in and head coach in the NBA?
Well, number one, it's awesome. She's from our conference, right? So, a legendary player in our conference. And I just think there's so many glass ceilings being shattered, recently. And so, when I got into coaching, there weren't women coaching men, especially in the NBA or in college. And now it's trickling. You're seeing it happen. You're seeing it in the pros. You're seeing it at the college level. And I think it's great. Now there's more opportunities to coach. And basketball is basketball. You coach players. You learn to reach them on a personal level, and it's not gender specific. If you can coach the game and you can relate to people and build a great relationship with them, it doesn't matter man or woman. So I think she's just, living proof of that. And now that she's done it, you're going to see it more and more.